So I wanted to talk um, today about how to help attorneys and adjusters evaluate your accident insurance claim. So basically, say you've been in an accident, what is the best thing you can do to help the lawyers that are going to be involved and the insurance adjusters evaluate your claim so you can get the most out of it? So one thing you want to do is take pictures of the vehicles, take pictures of your vehicle, take pictures of the vehicle of the other person, the other party in the case. And if you're feeling any kind of injury at all, definitely seek medical attention. And tell the hospital, tell the emergency room, whatever it is, that you've been in an accident and explain to them in detail what it is, the symptoms that you're suffering that is related to the accident is. And if there's any sort of pre-existing condition that caused the pain, or that any sort of pre-existing that was the beginning of the pain, you know that might be an issue too, because what you want to do is you want to be able to evaluate what it is, the accident, the immediacy of the accident, the pain that has caused, so that on the other side is not going to be able to say that all of this already, that all of this was already a problem before, that, and that that the accident didn't cause it. So definitely go to the hospital right away and just really explain the position that you're in, the pain that you're feeling, and whatever the symptoms are, and that you've been in an accident. Tell the hospital that, and have them really have your physician or um, nurse practitioner or whoever attends to you really document what it is, so that you can have that for they can have that for your records, in terms of in terms of valuing the accident. So for example, say you're not feeling enough pain at first, though. Say for example you go home and then you start feeling pain then, and you don't seek medical attention. Say for example you decided to take over the counter medication. Even then you probably should document the over-the-counter medication that you're taking. Just document it. You can take a picture of it or whatever have you. Also definitely take a picture of yourself, like at the accident scene, if there's anything visible, like any kind of visible harm that you can see, or if something like becomes swollen later on, you can, because your phone is gonna it's gonna have a timer on it, and so there's gonna be a timestamp on it. So if something that was okay before becomes swollen hours later, you definitely want to, and you have the opportunity to capture that on camera, you definitely want to do that. Of course, someone could always say that the new swelling is due to something else, that you had somebody punch you after the accident and on the way home, and that's how. But these are just things to document if they're an issue for you. And so definitely, if there's any kind of like chiropractor's visit, you're going to need the records for that. And definitely get that kind of care if you feel the need for it. And so once you have all that compiled, these are the things that you're going to be able to submit to the other side, that to their attorney, and to be able to explain to them that these are all the sufferings that you have endured, and that you should be compensated for. Also, if you've missed any work time, get to make sure that you document the hours and the days, and that your employer can vouch for you, and the employer can write a letter for you. And if there's any changes in your daily activities, say for example you can't lift your children, and you used to be able to before, you definitely want to document that too. Or you can't take the trash out, because there's just everything like that. You want to be able to, in the best way possible, in the most accurate, most useful way possible, just kind of compile it together to help them really size up what the claim is worth, and what the injury to yourself and the injury to your life based on what has happened is worth. Another thing to think about is the damage to the vehicle. So if it's a situation where the damage to the vehicle is like $200, and you're claiming that loss of work and all this stuff, like for a total of like $90,000, that's completely unrealistic, and that's gonna be like seem really exaggerated and not credible at all. But if the damage to the vehicle is a few $1,000s, and the damage that you're claiming in pain and suffering and all that is like more proportional to that, that's going to be deemed more realistic, and that's going to be more acceptable. So you don't want to have a car that's like dinged, that's like where the value of the damage to the car is like only a few $100, and then the damage that you're claiming is is pain and suffering and on all this stuff, and economic loss is like, 20, 30 times the amount. It just seems really seems more unrealistic. But also, even when you have the insurance company assess like what the vehicle is, what the damage is, you also want to have your appraiser do an evaluation too. I mean, there's no harm in that. Just because like the insurance company may just do theirs, and they may say, oh well, what the damages are worth 800, and that somebody else, an independent person that you get to do it, may do an evaluation. They may say the damage is actually worth more like 2,000. Now that may not be a really huge difference. It would be a huge difference if it was like 10,000 versus like 800. But a difference of $1,000 or hundreds of dollars, it's still something worth noting, and it's something that you can present to the other side. Isn't like, well, your damage estimates were lower than this other ones, and so maybe you can meet in the middle somewhere as far as like what the realistic estimate of the damage to the vehicle is. So those are things that you can kind of consider and bring up to help you get the best, the most, you know, promising outcome out of what the claim that you're making on the accident is, and without being completely unrealistic, just being able to get a good resolution out of the accident claim that is that is worth what the injury really is. Okay, so good luck, and God bless.